Hey guys, and welcome back to Crafty Mama. Today's video for the cottage garden walkthrough and possibly the veggie garden walkthrough is going to be a family affair. The oldest is getting other shoes on because while I do the walkthrough, the rest of the family is going to be splitting up some peonies so we can take some to my mom tomorrow. Alright, now that we have better footwear, so you're just going to dig it up just like you would any other plant. Your father might have to help you. Vaughn, you're going to need to move back or you're going to get smacked in the head with that handle. It's
The noises.
You got that on video, right?
I did actually.
I did that out.
So you have a little bit dug up, go to the next side, like go around it. So either go to the left or go to the right. You're going to need to move your body. Vaughn, why don't you go over and hold up those leaves so that Bone can see where he needs to dig.
Yep.
Come over on.
Hold on to the shovel, buddy.
There you go. You're not down underneath the roots yet.
I got.
You're trying to go down. You need to go down at an angle and not go straight. Chris, can you help him out here?
They're coming to take me away.
Good thing we live by a funny farm.
What? Funny farm?
Alright. There we go. Alright. So, what Chris just popped open, or popped up, were all of these, and these are all roots. So, obviously this is the stick that we have it hooked up with. But all of these are all the roots. So we will take some of these loose ones and we'll just put them in a tote for my mom. And we'll do that around basically the outsides of all of these. And then we have some in the backyard that we need to dig up completely because I don't like where they are. And we will probably put some of these, not all of them are going to go to my mom's. Part of them are going to be going out along here by the street, out in the corner there, and then also in front of the veggie garden there. And if we have extras, we'll figure it out then. Alright, now that we have the boys taken care of, let's go see how the cottage garden's doing. It has been couple of weeks. I think the last time I recorded a video was on the 19th of July. It's now August 2nd. Life has just kind of gotten away from us. We've been trying to come back out in the yard and pull weeds. We started harvesting sunflower heads. Our corn that we planted on the south side of the windbreak is some of it's already ready to be pulled, some of it's not quite ready. Still have no tomatoes. We got, I don't even know, maybe 20 cucumbers. I mean, if you watch my videos for any length of time, you've seen my cucumber plants. I went out last week and they were just absolutely covered. One pot's worth was absolutely covered in aphids. Covered in aphids. And I treated it the best that I could, but it got to the point it was up almost to 100 for almost a week, and I don't have any shade over there, so they got pretty burnt. So I went ahead and pulled them out. I'm going to replant there and also do another batch over in the entryway, and I'll show you that in that video. But let's go to the cottage garden walkthrough and I'll show you our bed. Alright, so this is the in-ground corn bed. I gotta say, I thought it was because of the weave fabric that this bed didn't make very much. I mean, it made okay, but it didn't do as well as I thought it would. This bed, I'm honestly beginning to think that it's not whether or not we have it in bed or in the ground or with weave fabric. I have a feeling it's just that brand of seeds. So I'm going to, I'm keeping my eye out, but right now, not many places have seeds. Most people don't even think about planting a fall garden, so it might just be this is what we have and we do with what we can. So we came out yesterday and spent about 6 hours. And one of the tasks that Bowen did was he put a couple more bales of straw down. You can kind of see this grass was getting really, really thick. I still have a whole bunch of weeds along my wind barriers that I just haven't pulled yet. Those we're just gonna, like, as we do it, put it into blue buckets, and then we'll put it down right here in this walkway, so that when we mow, we can actually mow along right here, and we won't have to worry about this grass getting to be too thick. So corn-wise, not that impressed. However, I have a whole bunch of pigweed, and it's not getting eaten alive over here by whatever eats pigweed. I'm assuming grasshoppers and stuff. So I am going to harvest the leaves and use it to make some collard green type, like southern greens. And we'll see if we like that, because it is very prevalent this year. This year especially, I have noticed pigweed more so everywhere that we've gone. So we have more sunflowers coming up every day. This one has, you can see it, it's almost 8 o'clock, so the sun's almost down. We have some sunflower heads that we need to harvest and get downstairs to finish drying. We do have some corn. You can kind of see where the silks are nice and dried on there. If my camera will refocus. There we go. Those need pulled. We just haven't gotten to it yet. And we have our Mexican sunflower heads, which I absolutely love. Chris is not in a good mood, apparently. So this is sweet potato vines as well as pumpkin vines. Yeah. So I've only been saying for about 2 months now that I was going to put screws up on this post and wind my sweet potato vines around it. Still hasn't happened. They are going all the way into the corn. It may or may not happen. I might just have sweet potato vines going all over the place, because they are literally all the way out here to that asparagus. I cut back a lot of stuff on the fence because I noticed that it was starting to get aphids really bad. This one, so you know watermelon's ready when the stem where it's connected starts turning brown. Or so they say. Now, obviously, when I get it from the store, that's not the case. So, I don't know. That's what we're going with. I use my plant finder on these little things, and it says that they are lemon balm, so I'm leaving them. The beans are getting eaten again. I don't know by what. I don't know. Asparagus is happy though. It's nice and happy. Beautiful poppies. They just keep blooming over and over and over again. I did finally have, out of all of that cilantro, I had one plant come up and it bolted right away. But I am seeing more in here that's finally starting to make. So I might have lemon balm and cilantro mixed in. I'm okay with that. I want both of them. So that is perfectly fine. So I'm hoping that doesn't fall out. I have a little bitty watermelon here that when we were pulling weeds we found. And then I have a couple of them on this vine. That one, like, the flower hasn't even opened, so who knows if that'll actually pollinate. Let's see. I had a bigger one. I'm not sure where it went. It's always so sad when you come out and you're like, oh, I have all of these cool little baby ones. And then you come back out a couple days later and they've all dried up and they haven't actually done anything. I don't know. I don't see that one. So I have a lily here that pretty much got completely broken off for a while. The leaves have come back, the flowers have not. It is what it is. I might have to just transplant that one somewhere else. My pumpkins are finally starting to produce actual pumpkins. I have one right up there. I had a bigger one. I don't know if I can find it. And I cut, I mean, you guys can see how many leaves. Oh, there it is. He's hiding. There's a couple of them down there. You guys can kind of see. I've been cutting back the leaves, and they've just kind of gone crazy. I did use some of these leaves. I sauteed or wilted down a whole bunch of leaves for greens, and I used a lot of the pumpkin leaves and stuff because you can. They're edible. I just tried not to get the ones that were like all of those where they were all nasty looking. But that's our loofah. Loofah has the little all yellow leaves, or flowers I mean, sorry. And then it's almost, like I said, it's almost dusk. So the flowers aren't going to be open. But then we have pumpkins up here that have the really pretty flowers, the really big ones. So far I haven't found any loofahs. I thought that one back there was a loofah, and it's not. It's on a different vine. So we're still waiting. I looked it up. So I looked it up online because Google is my best friend. And what I saw was that it has to get to a certain temperature, like high-wise, and then also get to a certain temperature low-wise for it to make correctly. And it has to be like almost 90, I want to say, but then get down cold. So it got really hot, like I said, the last few days. And then we had mosquitoes are getting me, I forgot to wear my necklace. And then we had some rain, like storm clouds come in. And so it cooled down. It's like 80 maybe now. It's really nice out here, minus the mosquitoes. And so I'm hoping that we get loofahs. I haven't seen any females even like try to make. Like, I don't even see any that just aren't being pollinated. I just see a whole bunch of male flowers. So, still have hope. Alright, so back to the garden. Horseradish is a lot smaller than the last time you guys saw it, even though it's been 2 weeks. I cut at least half of it off. I made some delicious pesto. You can't can pesto because of the oil in it, so I put it in quart-size, sandwich-size bags, double bagged it, and then put it in the freezer. And with just half of this plant, and actually part of it I also used for the collard green southern greens, I was able to get 8 full meals of the pesto, and we haven't canned up the collard greens yet, so I'm not sure how many of those. We have a dark watermelon here. This one should be the yellow flesh, I believe. It got too big and it was trying to fall out of its hammock because I made the hammock more for that size, where it's more of an oval instead of a round. So I'm going to have to adjust that a little bit. Asparagus, except for one section, is all tied up and doing amazing. We have had a little bit of an issue with squash bugs over here, so I've been trying to stay diligent, as well as aphids. I had to pull out one of my pumpkins that was right here. It was just done. I guess it was right here. It was one of my Big Max ones, and it was done. It wasn't producing leaves anymore. It wasn't producing fruit. Another issue that we had was we got so busy with life that we forgot to water the garden during the 100-degree days. So everything's a little wilted. It's not horrid, but it's a little wilted. Bee balm is looking great. I still haven't looked to see what I'm supposed to do with it. I'm just really excited that it actually did something. So, I don't know. I still have to research that. This gazania is a gorgeous yellow. It's gotten huge. Pretty excited about that, not gonna lie. I love zinnias. I love gazanias. We have another pumpkin right back there. Another one right back there. Let's see, do I see any more? We have sweet potato vines everywhere. I actually need to come out probably and cut quite a bit of these off. I have no idea what those purple flowers are from. They look blue on the screen, but they're purple. They're like a dark purple. I have no idea what plant that's from, but it's really pretty, so I'm leaving it. Alright, so we were talking about corn. You can see how dry that is. That's about as good as you're going to get. So we need to come out. I'm not saying we're going to have full cobs. I'm hoping we have decent. But we need to come out and harvest all of them and see. We have a couple more, like little babies. Flowers haven't even opened down underneath the table here. That I'm interested to see if they produce. What I thought was horseweed and apparently is not, and I have no idea really what it is. I think it's finally going to seed, so I'm hoping I can collect those and like distribute. This is apparently horseweed, and it hasn't flowered yet, but it has gotten bigger. And then I'm falling over the pumpkin. There we go. And then over here, we have this one that, according to when Bowen was looking, is also horseweed, and it is flowering and it's gorgeous. It kind of reminds me of bachelor buttons. So I took down, I had two rhubarb right here. This one I cut pretty much all of it off because it was being melodramatic. It was wilted down really bad, and part of it I know was because obviously of not watering it as much as we should have. But it was also starting to get like a fungicide or a fungus on it. So we pulled off what we needed to on this one. This one is pretty much all gone. I do have like one little leaf there. The roots are still fine, so I'm going to leave it and we'll see. We have some more peonies trying to pop through here. We have more sedum. Our milkweed is still going strong. I actually have some over in the veggie garden that is just now producing, so it just keeps going. Hollyhocks are just getting taller and they're opening up more, and I love the look of them. I'm hoping I can actually get some to grow from seed this next year. Lemon thyme is literally from here all the way to here. And then we have mint back in there. I need to pull some more off and get it drying. I have quite a few weeks before it's, going to go to seed and I'm not going to be able to get any more, but I want to keep doing it because I want enough for the year. Sedum, again, right here. These beans are doing great. Back here, I haven't put them up onto the chicken wire yet. As far as I know, they haven't produced anything, but they are at least growing and nothing's eating them, so I count that as a plus. More of the sedum, more of the mint. I need to come out and actually harvest this mint again and get it drying for some more mint tea. I know we didn't get all of the grass and the weeds, obviously, so there's even more for us to do there. We do only have plastic jugs that I can get this rose done, though. So that's exciting because it's taking over my life. This rose is budding for the third time this year, so it is very happy. I have some delphinium down there. It's the dark blue. It has yet to make a flower, but it survived. This mint is looking good. The yarrow's looking good. And we're back to no flowers or leaves on this delphinium. I don't know why. But this mint's looking okay. These zinnias well, they start out like this, okay, and then they start going to seed, and they just continue to produce. So that's why there's all these little cones. So this has been producing for a while, and they'll just do all the different pinks. We have a rose bush back here that is looking pretty healthy, so I'm leaving it. And then we have some mint here that I also need to harvest. So when I go to my mom's tomorrow, I'm helping her separate out her irises, because she has a huge bed of different colored irises. And I'm taking her, like I said, some of the peonies, but I need to figure out where I'm going to put her irises once I get them. I think some of them are going to come out here to the corner, which is where I'm headed. Some of them I'm thinking I might put around the tree. It kind of depends on how many I have. I don't know. But check out this moonflower, guys. Is this thing not gorgeous? This is actually a small one. So you saw one over in the actual cottage garden. This one's like probably second biggest. And then we have, of course, some weeds. We haven't gotten our edging done yet. We have the sedum. We have the bushes. And then we have itty bitty. This is what Chris is calling devil's snare, I think in the last video, or maybe the one before that. But our veggie garden, that one is huge. Like, huge. I think that's pretty much it for the cottage garden. The sun's almost down. I like to get the other video done. So that is it for this one. I'm not sure which one's going to come out first. So keep an eye out for either the veggie garden one. Well, if you're watching this one, then you have to keep an eye out for the veggie garden one if it hasn't already posted. And I will talk to you guys later.